Hi, I'm Brian Iverson. I'm the inventor of the Tstud. The Tstud, T stands for thermal insulated wall stud. So what we did is we created a wall stud to replace a 2x6. My favorite line while sitting up in North Dakota is, when the wind blows, there's no place to hide. And while I was sitting with some friends of mine in the morning having coffee, and I kid you not, the snow was blowing through the outlets, because up until 3-4 years ago, they never had a building code. So in the days of the Bakken oil play, when it was booming, people were coming up there, builders, contractors, building whatever they wanted to, and they just didn't care. So yes, the snow was blowing through the outlet, and I came up with this idea to make this thermal insulated wall stud, because in the north, you try to keep out all that cold on the outside so it doesn't affect how much money you spend on your heating bills. Our foam, this stud right here, this is our gross, I call it the gross R value. The R value here is 21.25. That's the gross R value. We have an internal truss that holds all this together, that gives it its strength, or adds to its strength. And so you're going to end up, once you subtract out that truss, we'll end up with an R value north of 19 and maybe even north of 20. So let's call it 20 for right now. This is 6.88. So we're 3 times better over here than this one over here. If every builder in America built at 24 inches on center versus 16 that they do with this one, you'd save 500,000 trees from being cut down. But this stud gives you 13% more energy efficiency than this one over here. That's the gross, but when you take just the studs themselves, we made 300% more energy efficiency out of 17 to 24% of your exterior wall, because that's how many studs, top plates, bottom plates, and headers, that's how much it equates to in the area of your outside wall. So when you put drywall on this at 16 inches on center, even half-inch drywall, 5/8, I don't care what you put on here, this has a tendency to be able to rock and tip because it's only 1.125 wide. Same thing for sheathing. Being 2.5 inches wide, and they have almost no eased edge to them whatsoever, putting drywall on here gives you a dead flat surface. This 2x6 crushes at 4,200 to 4,400 pounds. We crush at 12,665. So if that's all we're looking at is the structural part of this and the insulation value of this right here, this in cost versus this, and having to then go in and add 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch of insulation rigid to the outside, we're way less with this, and I got you more for the money. It's dollar for dollar, thousands less than this. And the R value in this is 21, and even if you added R5 to this, we'd still be double the R value over here. At 24 inches on center, we save 500,000 trees from being cut down in a single year. That in itself is a story worth talking about. I'm not sure if you can see all these. These are drywall screws. Over 400 of them you save by going 24 inches on center versus 16 inches on center. You save 800 of these. These are sheathing staples. You have 1 top plate, not 2, so you save 200 feet on average of top plate material. You save 350 16-penny nails from having to be put in, and you save 600 or so of siding nails from having to be put in. And you're wondering, well, how strong is it? Okay, a 2x6 10 feet tall number 2 select, not even a stud grade. I picked a good one. This crushes 42 to 4,400 pounds of pressure. The Tstud, because it doesn't deflect this way like this one does, when this fails it goes this way. This, not so much. We're three times stronger this way than this. So this crushed 12,665 pounds. So you can build more house, more building with less lumber, stronger lumber, higher R value, sound transmission rating. We have the potential of this being extremely good. I'm not going to say we're a Class A fire rated wall stud yet, but we're working on that. I can actually make that product, but you get all that in one. So we have the edge distance, that's better. We have the R value, that's 3 times better. We have a sound transmission class stud with a +6 over this one. This, you have to put RC channel on both sides of the wall to be able to equal this. So you have a thermal stud, structurally superior to this. You use a lot less of these instead of these, and that's how you pay for this. My goal in inventing this was, whether you believe in climate change or you don't, it's your job as a steward of the earth that we live on to do whatever that you possibly can to not waste what we've been given. So if we can save 500,000 trees from being cut down in a single year, I think that's a good deal. I'm Brian Iverson. I'm the inventor of the Tstud. Call me up directly, 612-290-6199, or send me an email to sales, S-A-L-E-S, @tstud.com. We're ready. I'm in my camper. My daughter's going to have a grandbaby. So I came out here to travel in the northeast part of the country and meet a whole bunch of elders up here. And I'm going to be a granddad. So take care. I hope to sell you a Tstud. Thanks.